If you're a mortgage loan officer and you want to blow up your brand and get more exposure with a lot less effort than normal, this may be the perfect opportunity. Meta has released their brand new app. It's called Threads. It's a direct competitor to Twitter. And as you know, when a new social media platform is released, the first people to start using it usually get a huge boost because Meta wants to push as many people over to Threads as possible. And usually the algorithms are designed so that when new accounts post, they get huge boost because it gives you that quick dopamine hit and makes you want to stay on the platform for longer. In this video, we're going to talk about Threads, how you can use it as a mortgage loan officer, and how you can take advantage of this opportunity, because if you wait too long, then this opportunity could be gone. Once the platform gets crowded and there's tons of people already posting a bunch of stuff, it's a lot harder to grow. So jumping in as soon as possible, you can get a really big first mover's advantage. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So if you use Twitter, it's pretty much just a copy of Twitter. The reason Meta did this is because I guess they don't agree with some of Elon Musk's changes to Twitter, maybe the tweet view limit, but they've released Threads as a direct competitor to them. So whenever you download Threads, you kind of already have an idea of the type of content that you need to start posting. But keep in mind that it's a brand new platform and nobody really knows exactly how to take the best advantage of it. So early this morning, I woke up, I was half asleep. I downloaded Threads because as soon as you log on to Instagram, you may have already noticed it immediately tries to push you to Threads. But this morning, I downloaded it, I played around with it, and I started posting on it as well. I'm gonna let you know what my strategy is and our strategy over at what we're doing here at Loans.io. Maybe how you could use it as well. And of course, it's brand new. We don't know exactly the ins and outs of it yet, but we can make educated guesses based off of it being just a copy of Twitter. So as you know, Twitter is kind of like this big town center where people just shoot out either short tweets like thoughts, or they shoot out these threads, which are kind of like long form. It's like a comparison between a short form video and a long form video. From what I've gathered, I'm no Twitter expert, but the threads seem to get more engagement. People like that in-depth analysis. So I would imagine taking the same approach on Threads would be beneficial. I really like the way that Alex Hormozi uses Twitter, and I think that you could also use Threads the same way. He uses it as the start of his content creation ideas. So instead of just emailing himself ideas or putting them in his notes, what he'll do is he'll tweet them. And if he has an idea or a concept that he thinks might be a good piece of content, like a video, then he'll usually tweet it. And then depending on the engagement and how the audience receives it, then he may or may not make a video on that. I think that's a really good way to use Threads because it can serve as kind of like a brain dump. It can serve as a testing ground. You're just posting as anytime something pops in your head, boom, a post. If you record a video for another platform, I'd throw it on there. On something like Twitter and Threads, you can post a lot more times per day as opposed to the other platforms, right? Like if you try to do 20 posts on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even TikTok, probably not going to be taken over well. It's just the nature of the platform. But on Threads, you can do that. My strategy is use Threads as a starting ground, brain dump. We've been planning on doing this with Twitter, but Twitter is established. But with Threads, with it being such a big opportunity and it being a new platform, it gives us the opportunity to possibly grow really fast. That's my first tip. Use the Hormozi strategy. The second tip and what we plan on doing is engaging with a lot of content that kind of fits within our niche. So as a mortgage loan officer, you want to reach people who are potential home buyers or investors. So you would want to engage in the conversations that are happening on the platform that have those people in them. It doesn't necessarily need to be exactly about what you do. You can engage in other conversations in other places as well. Don't try to promote your loan business while you're on a thread about gaming. It's not going to really fit. So some thoughts off the top of my head are, I'm sure that all the major news channels already have their account set up. You can comment on any rate hikes or anything to do with the Fed, anything to do with the housing market, comment on it. Follow people that are in the industry. Find accounts that people that are interested in buying a home or investing in homes, buying Airbnbs, whatever it is, that they would be having conversations in. So that's the niche conversations that you could have. If you go a little bit more broad, then you can participate in the threads of people that maybe aren't talking about that specifically, but you know that the people that are having these discussions are probably the type of people that your target audience is. For example, if I was a real estate agent and I wanted to get people that were wanting to list their house, obviously discussions about listing their house would be ones that I'd want to be in, but maybe a DIY or rehab conversation would be somewhere like I could go to Lowe's, and depending on what people coming in to buy sheetrocks, to buy fans, lights, whatever the case may be, a lot of them probably aren't going to be wanting to list their house, but some of them may. So take the same idea on the platform. Hopefully that made sense. And then the third thing is give it time. Everybody's still trying to kind of figure this out. Again, it's probably going to work similar to Twitter, but nobody really knows. Threads could go nowhere. It could be another failed app, kind of like Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys remember Clubhouse. It was the most talked about social media app for, I think, a month, and then it died. But there's people who used that opportunity to get on Clubhouse and build their brands and build their businesses, and they just moved everybody over to their Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. Use this opportunity to start getting an audience, and then if it dies, you move them off. If not, if you like Threads, maybe that's your place, right? Maybe you stay there. But nobody knows the future of what's going to happen with Threads. I kind of hope it turns into its own thing because they're too similar. Just Zuckerberg's always just ripping people off at this point. So hopefully he can make something that's different. Building your brand is going to put you in a position to dominate later down the road. So take advantage of the opportunity. And if you want to know more about what we do for loan officers, we add 3 to 5 new deals to the pipeline every month through TikTok ads. So you can go ahead, click the link down below, find out more about that. But if not, then, and you're interested in running any type of ads or getting into online leads in general, then I highly recommend checking out this video. We talk about the truth about online leads. Do they suck? Do they not suck? The answer may surprise you. Go ahead and check that out. Until then, I will catch you later. See ya.